Grandview Gang, what's up? Um, it's been a minute since we dropped a video on the YouTube channel. We really been going crazy over there on Twitch. Y'all see it right here. Y'all see it right here, right here. We've been going crazy over here on this. Go follow. We go live a good 4 or 5 times out of the week. You know what I'm saying? A good 4 or 5 times off the week. We're just coming off of a 7 day, streaming every day for 7 days. We did that like 2 weeks ago. It was a fun time. A lot of lore, aura, and history was made in that 7 days. A lot of good fun moments too. It's like that. It's like that almost every stream. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I had to return to my roots though. You know what I'm saying? I had to come back to where my home is. Not saying that Twitch isn't a home, but YouTube is where I want to be at most of the time. I just um I just don't be it be a lot going on behind the scenes, and it's like, I be losing focus. I'm gonna be better though. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back more consistent and try to get ahead of myself as much as possible, so that even if things do happen in the future, um, I won't have to worry so much about it because I would already have content ready for you guys. And yeah, things like that won't happen if I just get more consistent and things like that. But y'all see the title of the video. Um, why anime antagonists are, why the new antagonists are don't have a very strong impact like how older antagonists are. We're gonna go through a list of them for the shows, for the anime I have seen. We'll go through them, talk about it. By the way, if you have not finished any of these shows, I will confidently tell you, go finish watching these shows before you finish this video, because it will have some type of spoiler in it. So if you haven't finished these shows, make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I have a list on either side of the screen, you know what I'm saying, so that you'll already know the list of what's being talked about, and it's gonna get marked off as it go on. You feel me? But yeah, so let's go. Let's start with all right. Let's start with my hero. Um, let's start with one of my favorite antagonists from my hero, which was Stain, the hero killer Stain. He was his ideology was, heroes were only the only real hero there was All Might. Like he was the embodiment of what a real hero was. He basically felt like everybody else that was being the hero was just doing it for the fame, I guess, in a way, if you think about it. And he only wanted to be defeated by All Might. You know, he grew up. He idolized All Might as a real hero and wanted to be defeated by All Might as a hero. Obviously, we saw him again when they broke people out of prison, but I would have loved to have seen All Might's last fight, instead of it being all for one. I would have loved it to be Stain, because that would have kind of tied all of it up in a way, because it would have been like, okay, Stain on a real hero to defeat him. Okay, the way Stain went out was his rib had punctured one of his organs. You know what I'm saying? Which stopped him from moving and he kind of went into like shock or something. But yeah, I feel like they wrote his character good. They even gave him a very good quirk. Blood, what is it? Blood curdling. You know, they gave him a good quirk. They gave him a good story. They gave him a they all around good antagonist. It's just the way that they wrote him to go out was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Um, we did later on see him again when Deku was on his when Deku went out on his own because he was scared that Shigaraki was gonna go after the whole class when Shigaraki only wanted to fight him and stuff like that. Uh, let's go into speaking of Shigaraki, and we're already on My Hero. Um, he is another antagonist that is very well written. My Hero has some good, well written characters. When it comes to some characters, you know, and I like how they incorporated having their whole class actually mean something at points in time throughout the My Hero story. You feel me? But Shigaraki, the reason why Shigaraki has so much hatred for heroes and why he decided to be a villain in the first place is because when he needed somebody to save him, when he needed a hero to show up and save him, no hero showed up to save him. You know, not no hero showed up to save him. Um, it's like, how can I put this? Okay, it's like this. It's like this. Imagine waiting for a parent, uncle, or somebody or an older sibling or something. You waiting for them to come pick you up so you could go spend time with them, right? And you're waiting at the window for them, and they never show up, and they don't show up the next day either, or the day after that, and it's like, dang, I really wanted to hang out with you, but you didn't show up. You kind of ignored the whole fact that I wanted to be around. I wanted to be with my older sibling or parent figure, whatever the case may be. That's kind of it's kind of hand in hand like that. Cause he grew up like he when he was a kid, he liked heroes. He saw it on TV and all of that. He liked heroes. But if y'all look at his backstory, everything that happened to him is why he ended up not liking heroes and why he wanted to destroy the whole hero society and everything that came with it and remake the world in his image and how he wanted it to be. You know, obviously, obviously, a hero can't save everybody, but it's crazy how the heroes couldn't show up to save him, but all for one found him. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't take that much. You see? It don't take that much. You feel me? Um let's go to let's go into Naruto. Now Naruto for sure has a lot of antagonists, good and bad. You know, let's start with let's start with we'll start in the beginning. OG Naruto, their first mission when they were going to what they was escorting somebody across a bridge. They end up fighting Zabuza and Haku. Um, in this, in this, what is it? Okay, so for Haku's point, um, Zabuza wanted to overthrow his village. He wanted to overthrow the village, and he was forced to become a mercenary. Mind you, his name was already known. You know what I'm saying? His name was already known. Um, but you had a child in Haku who basically followed him to the ends of the world, or would follow him to the ends of the world, would follow him to hell itself if it meant still being by his side. Now I already know everybody already know. We all experienced this watching Naruto. We all thought Haku was a girl at first. Let's just keep it real. We all thought Haku was a girl at first, but found out he was a he in the show. All of that. Moving past it. Um, Zabuza end up becoming a rogue ninja because he tried to kill the Mizukage. So what else is there to do after that? Well, obviously you gotta live as a rogue ninja. You can't just go to another village and be living okay. They gonna know. So you have to stay on the go. You have to do work that you wouldn't normally do in a regular village. So he ends up meeting Haku, and in the show he basically says he uses Haku as a tool because Haku has a KK Genkai with the mirrors and stuff. Has a KK Genkai. Oh my! And he basically made it as Haku being his tool, and just disposable at if you want to look at it like that. But towards the end of Haku and Zabuza, we see Zabuza. We end up seeing Zabuza die right alongside Haku and things of that nature. I'm gonna be real. The whole reason one of these right here. Now, see, this is one of the antagonists that's like, it's on the it's on the it's on the spec not the spectrum. It's on the you didn't have to do this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, yeah, you could have left the village and just went on about your business, but you know, honestly, those are one of the antagonists that it's not a new gen antagonist, but it didn't have it really didn't have an impact. The only impact that we did get from it though was Naruto's ninja way. But other than Naruto, other than Naruto finding his ninja way, that him being an antagonist really didn't do nothing much for them. Besides that, I mean, we got to see a dope ass fight in the hand signs with him and with Kakashi and Zabuza, but that was, you know, that was damn near it. Next up, let's go with Donzo. Let's go. No matter of fact, no. Let's run it back. Let's go Orochimaru. Now, Orochimaru was one of the legendary three Sani alongside um Tsunade and Jiraiya. I'm gonna be real. The village really made Orochimaru out to be the bad guy. He just wanted to do research on forbidden techniques to, seek immortality and things like that. And, in the manga, it shows some crazy things, some crazy panels of what research he was doing. But honestly, if you look in Boruto and you see he's still doing research on artificial life and things like that, but you notice how Naruto is monitoring all of it. Why didn't nobody think of doing that the first time? Like, Orochimaru, we'll let you do your experiments and stuff like that. We'll just make sure we monitor you, make sure what you're doing and stuff. You know? But no, they made it out to be such a bad thing to do, which made him ultimately become a rogue ninja, joining the Akatsuki and doing way more. You know what I'm saying? Doing a whole lot more than what they probably thought he would have done. Not to mention, he fought Jiraiya when they was he fought Jiraiya when they had when Naruto was learning the Rasengan. Uh During that time, he wasn't really a he was impactful when he showed up to the tuning exams. Yeah. I think he was more impactful at the tuning exams and destruction of the leaf than he was at any other point in OG Naruto. You know what I'm saying? Then we get to Shippuden and he really kind of take a back seat and Sasuke is now in charge basically. You feel me? Um Moving past him, let's go to the one who started all this shit in the first place. Donzo motherfucking ass. Donzo is the one who was giving Orochimaru's um experiment resources. You know what I'm saying? He also was the reason why Itachi had to kill his family. He was also the reason why Shisui killed himself in front of Itachi. You know what I'm saying? He's also the reason why the Leaf had to move the way they moved because of him. A lot of the problems that was going on in the Leaf was because of Donzo doing shit. Cause he wanted to be Hokage so bad. You feel me? You see your best friend got promoted to Hokage because the second Hokage was gonna die. He knew he was gonna die. You feel me? So you get mad and jealous, and you like, okay, I'll make the Anbu Black Ops. Like we'll be Anbu Black Ops police. We'll be that. I'll run that. And then you know what I'm saying? You have exceptional ninjas because you had Kakashi come through, Itachi, Shisui. You had a couple of people that came through Anbu that was tough. You know what I'm saying? Sai, Yamato, a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great characters in the show. And not only did you have it, not only did you make sure that Shisui didn't live, you made sure that his best friend Itachi killed everybody in his clan except his brother. And then after he did that, You went and collected all they eyes. Well, no. After you did that, after you had him do that, you went and collected some eyes to put in your Hashirama Cell arm. Was it a Hashirama Cell arm? Am I remembering that correctly? You had one in your eye, and you had a whole bunch of them in your arm. I don't think that was a Hashirama Cell arm. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was or not. But I remember his arm was full of Sharingan eyes. You know what I'm saying? His impact was major in Naruto because if he didn't do a lot of that shit, if he didn't do a lot of that shit, oh, hold on. And one of the big reasons he was the one going around telling people that Naruto was the nine tail Jinchuriki. Why? Like, bro, are you serious? Is this nigga serious? Bro, he was the main one going around telling people Naruto is the nine tails Jinchuriki. So now Naruto getting unwanted hate as a child because you in the wrong business. You not minding your business. You know what I'm saying? And then when the third Hokage died, you know what I'm saying? I know when he heard that the third Hokage died, he was like, "Oh yeah, my time is now. My time is now." Until Jiraiya showed up and they went and got Tsunade, but still, I know he was happy. He like, man, I finally after all these years, it's been like 40 years. I'm finally Hokage. No, nigga, you not. No Hokage for you. He did end up becoming Hokage after Tsunade stepped down. I don't even think she stepped down. I think she left or something and he took over for a month. No, she did. She stepped down and he took over and then she came back. Or some I forgot how that even went. But basically he had something to do with that too. Like he was a grimy little motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, he was a grimy little motherfucker. I'm glad Sasuke walked that ass down. I'm glad Sasuke walked him down and put that nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Um, on to the next antagonist, Obito. Now, Obito was the one carrying out a lot of what the next couple characters were trying to do. He was the main one carrying it out because he was still alive. You know what I'm saying? Obito on this end though, the reason why he wanted to destroy the ninja world and he started the fourth grade ninja war was over a girl. Yes, over a girl. He started the war. He started a war over a girl. Dead ass. Like he did a lot of shit. Everything that Obito did in Naruto was because of a girl. Now don't get me wrong. If that's your little shit, by all means go to war for her. But she didn't even she acknowledged Obito as her friend. Cause she liked Kakashi. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? Now he liked her, but she liked Obi. It was one of those. You know what I'm saying? He liked her. She liked Kakashi. Kakashi was only trying to get shit done. And history repeated itself because when you get to Naruto, OG Naruto, you see that Naruto likes Sakura, but Sakura likes Sasuke. And Sasuke trying to get shit done. You see what I'm saying? It reflected the same history played over again. But but Naruto accepted the fact that she liked Sasuke. You feel me? And he respected that they'll be friends. He later on, you know what I'm saying? We all know who he got married to. You feel me? But Obito carried out a lot of plans for this guy, Madara Uchiha. Now, the reason why I haven't said anything about really what Obito did is because I have to tell you about Madara so you can understand why Obito was doing this. So, Madara was said to have died years ago before OG Naruto, before even before Shippuden. Um Madara was old ass nigga. He was one of the first Uchiha. If you may, he was along with the first Hokage who created the village. Madara actually named it the Hidden Leaf Village, Konoha, or Konoha, however you say the whole name. But he basically was the one that named it. You know what I'm saying? Him and Hashirama were working together to run it until they felt like the Uchiha were dangerous. You know what I'm saying? They felt like the Uchiha were dangerous because of their eyes. Which bore their eyes, I think I don't know if it translates, but I read somewhere where it's like their eyes bear hatred. Where if you look at it, to awaken a Sharingan, you have to have some type of intense emotions to awaken it. Whether that's seeing somebody die that you care about, whether that's, you know, you being overly stressed out, whatever tense emotion you have could awaken it. So yeah, Madara had a Madara always wanted peace. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of times, a lot of anime characters that are antagonists want peace. You know, Madara wanted peace, but the way he wanted peace was so wrong, completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I see where he coming from. I'm not saying he wrong, but you know, it was wrong how he went about it. So Madara was old when he found Obito. You know what I'm saying? Obito was a kid when he got crushed by a rock. He gave one of his eyes to Kakashi, and in order to restore Obito's body, he had gave some of Zetsu. That this sound crazy. This gonna sound pause. This gonna sound pause, but he gave Obito some of Zetsu in order to regen his body and things like that. Um, and Zetsu is made of Hashirama cells. Or no. They gave him Hashirama cells in order to, and he gave him some of Zetsu. So on top of Zetsu and Hashirama cells, this nigga damn near can't be stopped. He don't run out of chakra. You feel me? He don't run out of chakra and damn near can regenerate. You feel me? So Madara was having Obito train under him. He had Madara. Madara basically manipulated Obito into thinking he was gonna be able to save his friends and all of that and stuff like that. Mind you, the girl that he liked, Rin, was a Jinchuriki. She was the Three Tails, if I'm not mistaken. She was a Three Tails Jinchuriki. And the third Great Shinobi War started because of her being a Jinchuriki, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So, moving past that, she ends up being killed by Kakashi. Now, y'all probably like, whoa, why did Kakashi kill her? How could Kakashi kill her? She asked Kakashi to kill her to end the war. By the time, so Madara kind of knew, yeah, this war started because she's the Jinchuriki. They trying to get her because if you are a tailed beast Jinchuriki, you have some type of power to destroy villages, some type of power to a degree. Everybody, and since there's only 9 of them, everybody is at war trying to have a Jinchuriki. You know, so Madara tells Obito, "Oh, your friends are over here with the Wu." So Obito is rushing. Obito is running over there to get to them to save them and stuff like that. When he shows up and gets there, he sees Kakashi kill kill her in front of him. Like he's not standing there in front of him, but he's seen it. And when he saw it, he awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan, which is the second stage of Sharingan. You have the first stage where you start off with one Tomoe, two Tomoe, three Tomoe, which you get the second and third one by training and getting more control, basically mastering the Sharingan. The second stage of it is Mangekyo. Third stage is Eternal Mangekyo. Um, so when he saw that, he awakened it. Not only did he awaken it, but Kakashi awakened it as well. And that's when Obito killed a whole bunch of ninja and stuff like that. Me personally, looking back on it, Madara knew that something was gonna happen because of her being a Jinchuriki. He knew that she either was gonna die or something traumatic was gonna happen. So after that, Obito comes back and he's basically, I want to say in shock, but he comes back and he's a whole different person. Madara's manipulation game goes way further because now that Madara has shown Obito at a young age what war and fighting everybody has done, now he can push his ideology of peace onto Obito. So then he introduces Obito to his plan of Operation Suki no Mi. So then after Madara passed, you know, Obito took on the name of Madara Uchiha for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want people to know that he was still alive. So he took on, and people were saying, "How are you, Madara?" And Madara was supposed to have been dead. Woo, 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 all of that. Moving past that. So now Obito is in control because Madara is dead. Obito Obito manipulates Nagato into creating the Akatsuki and all of that. Now with the Akatsuki, they're in their organization of rogue ninja, strong as rogue ninja too. You know what I'm saying? And two of the members, because one of them, it was three members at first. One of them died. The other two, all three of them actually were trained under Jiraiya, but two of them, two of them go on to basically be, the leaders of the Akatsuki. Obito joins them later on as Toby, and the manipulation goes on because now he has, in order to go through with this plan, he needs all nine-tailed beasts on top of some more shit. But the main focus of Shippuden was capturing all nine-tailed beasts. Um, the Akatsuki going to move to capture the tailed beast. Not gonna lie, they captured every tailed beast Jinchuriki. They killed them and captured them, all except two. They walked down every tailed beast except two, which was the eight tails and the nine tails, which is Naruto. Everybody else got walked down on. Oh, and the three tails, because the three tails was at the bottom of a lake, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, all the tail beasts got walked. All the Jinchuriki that were carrying tail beasts inside them got walked down on by the Akatsuki. Um, including Gara, who's the one tail. Moving forward, insert Sasuke. Toby, after Sasuke fights Itachi and Itachi dies, Sasuke finds out the truth and realizes that Danzo is the reason behind everything, including his brother killing their family and their whole clan. So now Toby can manipulate Sasuke, kill Danzo, all of that. So now, okay, let's fast forward. Now we getting into the war. The whole purpose of this war was, you know, is supposed to bring peace. I don't know how that even worked, how that even registered with niggas. I'm starting this war because of a girl I liked and because an old nigga want peace. Dead ass. So you bringing dead niggas back to life. You also like it got crazy because Kaguya is the main. It was the main antagonist at the end because when Madara got brought back to life, he was too like they wrote him too strong to where it's like we can't even kill him off in a traditional way. We gotta have something. We gotta have something wild and unexpected happen to him because ain't nobody gonna accept him just getting clapped by ninjas that he done been beating on for the last 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? He literally he beat on the five Kage. He beat up Naruto and Sasuke them. You know what I'm saying? He beat up the Shinobi Alliance. Like he put pause on everything moving in that battlefield. Couldn't nothing literally wasn't nothing touching him for real. So then I'm gonna break it down like this. Then you had Black Zetsu, you had Kaguya. Kaguya was she the reason the whole ninja shit started in the first place. Cause she learned them how to use chakra and all of that. Then they end up becoming ninjas and so on and so forth. So on and so forth. Basically, you had Kaguya at the top of the list. Then you had Zetsu. Then you had Madara, Obito, the Akatsuki with the Akatsuki, and then everybody else. So it was just manipulation. It was a whole bunch of manipulation wrapped up in everybody's own selfish desires. Fast forward. Let's get out of the Naruto verse. Let's get out of the Naruto verse. I'm gonna be real. Cause it's way too much to try to unwrap with that. Let's keep moving. All right. Um another let's move on to hmm. This character is from my favorite anime of all time, Yu Yu Hakusho. Now Yu Yu Hakusho does have a lot of antagonists, but it's only two antagonists that I can think of when it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho that had a reason, a real reason. You had Rando 99 who only wanted to absorb different 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 powers. They called him Rando 99 because he had already absorbed 99 other psychics. You know what I'm saying? He had already absorbed their powers, which is why he had the name 99. He was going for 100. He was going for 100. If it wasn't for Yusuke being there, it would have got to 100. You feel me? But this one comes after the Dark Tournament. Literally after the Dark Tournament. The episode after the Dark Tournament ended, or I wouldn't even think it was the episode after. I think it was a couple episodes after the Dark Tournament ended, when they were resting up and getting ready to go back home, is when he showed up, because younger Tagoro, no, elder Tagoro had survived being killed by his younger brother. You know what I'm saying? Which we'll talk about. We'll talk about Tagoro after this character. His name is Sensui. Sensui was a spirit detective before Yusuke. He was the spirit detective before Yusuke, and he was very good at what he did. He was the first spirit detective. But he was so, like, his spiritual well, his power was really, really strong. The reason why, since we ended up becoming a villain in this case, is because there is a tape called the Black Video, Chapter Black, if you want to call it. It sounds crazy as hell, but it's called Chapter Black. It's a video of all of the human. It's basically a compilation. It's a compilation of humans doing bad things to each other, and it's a long ass movie. It's a long ass compilation. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't them just doing bad things to each other. It was them doing bad things to. It was demons being tortured by humans, being killed by humans. It was humans doing things to each other. And basically, all of that trauma and all of that he experienced watching that video basically broke him. It mentally broke him, and it basically made him crazy. It made him crazy because he ended up having multiple different personalities. He had split personalities. He also had he also started going against humanity. Like, humanity is the reason why this is happening, so they gotta go. You feel me? So he started working with demons in order to, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because they gave us a backstory of Sensui, and it showed how good of a spirit detective he was. But then it also showed when he saw the video and what it did to him. The reason he had split personalities is because his mind could not take what he had saw. So he basically split his personalities between each other to carry the burden of it in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. That one is crazy. Now let's talk about Taguro. Let's talk about Taguro. Taguro was he was a regular human, and he was a part of the spirit detect. He was a part of no, he was friends with Genkai, who was a part of the spirit detective squad with Yusuke them. She trained Yusuke as well. Um Him and her basically trained together, did things together. They liked each other and stuff like that too. Taguro got to the point of he was strong. He was stronger than any regular human, but he wanted to be stronger. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to reach more power. So what did he do? He ended up giving up his humanity in order to be a demon and get stronger. And he did that. He wanted Genkai to do it too, but Genkai was like, "No, that ain't me." Basically, she basically that ain't me. So I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So for years on years, mind you, Genkai ends up getting older. He stayed the same age after he gave his humanity up, and he kept getting stronger. Anybody he went up against, one punch, they done. You know what I'm saying? So then he ends up seeing Yusuke. He ends up seeing Yusuke and realizing Yusuke has Genkai's power now, and realizes, okay, he has the potential to give me what I've been looking for. His end Togoro's end goal was, I want to be defeated by somebody that makes me fight at my full power. At the peak of my power, I want somebody to defeat me. Which is what Yusuke did. I'm not gonna lie. Just by me telling y'all this, y'all have to go see it, because the Dark Tournament is by far the best tournament arc in all of anime history. Not of new gen, not of old gen, not of the upcoming. No, of all time, of history. It had its ups, it had its downs, it had good fights, you know what I'm saying? Build ups, everything. Anything you look for in a tournament arc, it has it. Not to mention the cliffhangers. And it has the opening of Yu Yu Hakusho is so gas. Go listen to the opening. Probably the best opening of all time as well. Hot take. But yeah. And then you got other antagonists in Yu Yu Hakusho, which isn't really, they're important to the story because Yusuke had to overcome them, but they didn't have no impact like Toguro and Sensui. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, we got Demon Slayer. Now this one is my sister's favorite anime. My sister's favorite anime is Demon Slayer. She loved Demon Slayer. She watched Yu Yu Hakusho with me too, but I'm pretty sure Demon Slayer is her favorite. Um, Akazu. I'm gonna be real. Akazu didn't even want to be what he was. He didn't even want to be what he was. He just wanted to live a happy life with his wife and everything. And you know what I'm saying? His father took his own life. His father took his own life because he was sick. And Akazu was doing little shisty things here and there to make sure that, you know, to make sure he stayed alive and make sure his father stayed alive too. Um Later on down the line, Akaza end up finding the love of his life. You know what I'm saying? He found a girl that took time out for him, that put him first, and no matter what was going on, she was on his side. You know what I'm saying? And you would think, okay, everything cool. Everything is cool until a rival dojo put poison water and it killed her. Wait, was it poison water? I know it was something from the well. I'm pretty sure it was water. But she got poisoned and passed away. So he did what anybody else would do if they had a loving wife girlfriend who do things for them. He crashed out. Now, was this crash out valid? Yes, because she didn't do nothing to none of them. She did nothing to them. So he ended up crashing out. He went to that other dojo and he laid waste to anything moving in there. He dropped everybody. And then when he walked out of there, he just broke down. And Muzan liked what he saw. Muzan liked what he saw. He did. He liked what he saw from Akaza, and he didn't even ask Akaza really if he wanted to be a demon. Akaza just told him do whatever he want. He don't care no more. He lost everything. Just do whatever you want to do. Kill me, whatever the case may be. But he turned him into a demon, and Akaza then, as a demon, became obsessed with being strong as hell. He took out one of the Hashira, you know what I'm saying, rest over in Goku type shit. Um, that's stressful, cause like in any reality, if that happened to somebody, you would be very, very upset. You would probably do the same thing as Akaza, you know. Let's see who else is a character that's like mm I think we'll have to get a part two for this. I think we gonna have to do a part two for this. We already hitting almost out. Let's get a part two for this, and we'll talk about newer gen anime antagonists that give off the same type of vibe as older animes. But yeah, if y'all stay to the end of this video though, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all see the socials right here. You know what I'm saying? TikTok right here. TikTok right here. Instagram. Y'all already this is the YouTube, right? Y'all already here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already here. Share the video, share the channel. You know what I'm saying? Tell your dog to subscribe. You subscribe too if you're new here. You feel me? And y'all see the Twitch over here too. We be live on Twitch, like I said, 4 to 5 times a week. That's where y'all can come see, you know what I'm saying? That's where y'all can come see the natural environment of, you know, we always have a blast over on Twitch as well too. So just make sure, come by, drop a follow, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but I'll see y'all in the next video, and be on the lookout. I'm gonna have a vlog video coming out this Saturday. This Saturday. I don't know what time Saturday. We're gonna try to aim for like 6:30. But look out for that. And I'll see y'all in the next video.